they be? I don't understand. Where are they? Riley! Tony! Oh God. I think I see something in there.
It's time to hack the movies. Today, we're talking about tapes.
Hey everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here, and today I want to talk to you about America's #1 meal kit. As you all know, I'm very famous, so going to the store to get food can be a hassle because I'm constantly hounded by fans. But with HelloFresh, I can get great delicious meals delivered right to my door. You can pick many recipes each week, and it makes eating easier. You get family-friendly, calorie-smart, pescatarian, and veggie options with fresh produce sourced from farmers. These recipes are also super delicious. They're also quick and easy to make. This recipe only takes 10 minutes to prep, 30 minutes to cook, and it's only 540 calories. I'm not the best cook in the world, so HelloFresh has been a huge help. Their instructions are really easy to follow and really hard to mess up. Wow, delicious. HelloFresh is also sustainable. The ingredients are pre-portioned and leave less waste, and the packaging is made of recycled content. So go to HelloFresh.com and use promo code HACK16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com, promo code HACK16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Oh, hello, Trisha. How are you?
Hello, Tony from Hack the Movies, super famous. How are you?
Yes, super famous, Trisha's Italy. I'm doing pretty well. I just got back from the woods.
You did? What were you doing in the woods?
Looking for porn.
Oh, of course, like normal.
Yeah, that's... You know, when I was a teenager, that's where you could get porn. It was just in the woods.
Just in the woods? Like videos? VHS tapes?
No, magazines. I don't know why, but this apparently was like a thing for many years, like decades. People would purchase a magazine, and then for whatever reason, it would end up in the woods, and teens like me would find these magazines.
Like in tree houses and stuff. Like you would climb up the tree house and find it. I
didn't have a tree house in the woods.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm not speaking from experience, I'm just saying.
You know, I haven't been able to find any since I was like 11. So it's been a rough, it's been a rough 10, 20 years there.
Exactly. How do you get into your adulthood?
Yeah, I don't know how else to find porn, so I'm not going to buy it. So I continue to look in the woods, and I will not find, I am not able to find any, but I did find this camera.
You did?
Yeah.
Is there porn on there?
You know, I don't know. But what is on here is a video of our friends, Riley and Mint Salad.
No way. How are they doing?
I don't know. I found their camera in the woods. I hope they're okay. Let's watch a clip now.
That's interesting.
I'm telling you, it's just a few minutes away.
I mean, I'm serious. We've been out here for 45 minutes, and you clearly don't know where we're going.
Yes,
so
I
I don't
do.
know why you're pretending to.
We're following the directions I printed off of MapQuest.
Yeah. Just give me the map. Do you have the map?
I don't have it anymore.
What do you mean you don't have the map?
There wasn't enough space in the backpack.
You have that stupid camera, but you don't have the map?
Dave's holding the camera.
Well, they're off to a bad start.
That doesn't look great.
No, but we'll check back on this video later. Speaking of being in the woods with cameras, the Blair Witch Project.
Great movie.
Yeah, you really wanted to do this one.
I was obsessed with this movie in the 90s.
Yeah, I think I was obsessed with the marketing of this movie. Yeah, this is, I'm sure other movies did it first, but like, my recollection, this is the first like big like viral marketing push I can remember. Like, this was huge.
It was.
It was like everyone, well, adults probably were like, oh, this is bullshit. But people like us, we thought it was real.
How old were we? We were like 10 years old. And
yeah, it was 1999, we were 9 or 10. So I thought it was real.
Exactly.
My older cousin thought it was real or was lying to me. The same one that helped me get that Leonardo DiCaprio poster.
Oh, God, I don't like her.
Check the Titanic episode for that whole story. Yeah, so the year it came out, it was like huge.
Yeah.
They were plugging it all the time.
Everywhere.
The trailer was awesome.
I remember watching like MTV because they always have the music videos and stuff. And then they would have the trailer come on and I would be like, oh my God, there's a witch in the woods. I would be freaking out.
I think me and my cousin were watching it and then it was like BlairWitch.com. We're like, we got to go to that website.
Yeah.
they did like a fake documentary that came out at the time to even
Right.
further the whole thing that it was real.
Is that the mockumentary about like the
Yes.
the whole town?
Yes,
and
it was
stuff?
like the Curse of the Blair
The
Witch or
okay,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, so there was a lot of hype.
That's why everyone thought it was real too. And then
Yeah.
with like the actors, like everyone thought that it was real footage. They died because you
Yeah.
never heard about the actors or the directors or anything. You just heard about this trailer. And
Yeah, it was like in 1994. They
where
went in
did
the
you
woods.
find
They were
this?
never seen. And you have in your
Yeah.
notes here that
Yeah.
you have that you wrote yourself. That they use their real names to even further it.
They
And
did,
apparently
yeah.
the mom got like sympathy. cards.
Yeah, like Heather Donahue, the main actress.
Yeah.
She like her mom was really upset about this whole thing because she would receive letters and phone calls like from family members too and friends like, oh my God, where's Heather? Is she okay? Like,
By the way, so it came out in 1999. All the trailers said that they were missing in 1994.
right.
So I mean, like, if you're a family member, it's like, oh wow, I haven't checked in on
Exactly.
my niece Heather.
5 years. 6
Did she
years,
die in 1994?
Right.
And Mom's like, no,
No,
you asshole.
you just saw her at Christmas.
Also, what a weird way to announce your daughter's death. Like, oh, this is a Hollywood movie coming.
right, exactly. Like, oh, just gonna make some money.
But it wasn't a Hollywood movie. This was made, and we have different numbers here, and I will
Yeah.
explain those numbers. What do you think this movie was made for?
Well, I like the.
Hold on one second. Like ghillie suit got caught on the mic stand. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I heard that the movie was actually the budget was $60,000.
Yes, for the actual movie, but when you factor in marketing, once it became this like A-list
okay.
thing,
That
it
makes
bumped
sense.
up to between 200 and 500,000.
Okay.
Which that happens a lot. Like Paranormal Activity was made for less, I think, like 17,000 maybe.
No way.
But the marketing, once it got picked up by a major studio, marketing, the budget ballooned. But since the movie was so cheap, they could afford it.
Right.
And yeah, this movie made a
a
shit
lot
ton
of
of money. Like, I think I have it at the end. We'll skip ahead. I think it.
No,
Made-
248 million.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, $248 million.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest independent film, or like budget to profit, like the most successful film at that
Right.
point. Before that, I think it was Ninja Turtles.
Titanic.
No, Titanic had a giant.
Obviously.
What world are you living in? Titanic had a giant budget.
Just kidding. I just wanted to mention Titanic at
Yeah.
any point I can.
Like I know Halloween was on that list at one
Oh,
point
really?
because it was made for 300,000, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's made millions of dollars. This one, like, what really scared me and my cousin is that she lived in Blair Shore, Maryland.
Oh, jeez.
And even though the town is not called Blair in it, it used to be
Yeah.
called Blair. But I was like, because the movie takes place in Maryland.
Right, it does, yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, is
Oh
this about my,
God.
is this
You're gonna go missing in the woods.
And if you think I didn't make a Blair Shore Project video, you got another thing
Did
coming.
you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
as a
God,
kid.
can you please post that?
I can't find it.
Oh God.
I would have to like search hard for
No,
it.
you have to find it. You have to. You have
Also,
to
I
search.
wouldn't want to post
No,
it.
you have to.
No, I don't want to post that video.
Post it on YouTube. No, my cousin actually, she lived in New Hampshire for a while
Yeah.
when we were kids. And she lived in an old schoolhouse that they remade into a house. And I swear that place was haunted. But that's another story.
Yeah, okay, we have a clip. We have a clip on the Clips channel called Every Woman's Seen a Ghost. Go check out that clip. Anyway, keep going.
So anyway, this house is in the middle of the woods, and my cousin was celebrating her first Holy Communion. So we
Okay.
went up there for the weekend, and we were playing in the middle of the woods, and I scared the shit out because I had just seen the Blair Witch, and I was scared because I thought it was real. So I was
Yeah.
talking about everything that happens, and we were like, we have to come out at night and look for the Blair Witch. And my cousin literally shit herself. Like she, and to this day, she will not forgive me for scaring her so bad. Like she was like, I can't even like look in my backyard anymore because of the Blair Witch.
So, yeah, but if you thought it was real, wouldn't you be like, we don't live anywhere near that town? What would the Blair Witch be doing here?
No, because I thought it was every woods in the world. Like you go out in the woods, you're gonna die from the
That'd be
Blair
like people were
Witch.
like,
I
the
don't
Jersey Devil's gonna get you. And I'm like, I don't live in Jersey. I don't give a shit.
know. I guess I was kind of dumb. so
Don't go in the
it was-
river. The Loch Ness Monster. I'm like, what? The Loch Ness
Yeah,
Monster?
well, no, for real though. Any kind of monster, it could be very similar.
It could be a different witch.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I've met witches.
You have?
Yeah. I mean, they're not really
Normal.
scary. They mostly,
Right.
mostly seem like women have gone through bad breakups. But anyway.
I can't.
So yeah, this was directed by Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick, and they mostly do indie stuff and TV shows now. So
Right.
they've gone on to have a career.
That's good.
I looked up the actors. I think Josh still acts in a lot of stuff.
Does he?
I think the Mike guy, by the way, I've met these actors at
You've met them.
Monster Mania.
No way.
And I asked them if they wanted to do a video, and I forget which one. They were like, no.
Like just plain.
It's just flat out no. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, I don't really care about you guys. No,
Okay.
yeah, so they're still doing stuff. And Heather Donahue, what's she doing these days?
Yeah, I don't really know. She grows or something. What's she doing?
Yeah, so I was looking up the actors yesterday. I sent you the picture. She wrote a book in 2012 about how she's growing weed, and the cover is her just naked, surrounded by marijuana.
Wonderful. It's great.
And it's like my life after the Blair Witch Project. I'm like, wow, it really went down a weird path there.
Smoking a lot of it's great. But it makes sense though, because in the movie she's like a total head.
Yeah,
Right.
which I don't agree with.
You don't agree with that?
No.
Oh,
I was like, that's bad.
bad. Totally.
Bad role model. I
Yeah.
think I have that in my notes there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a family show.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know I
Kids
did a
are
whole
watching.
I know I did a whole thing about porn in the woods, but I was looking for porn to get it out of the woods so kids can't
Right,
find
exactly.
it.
There
I wasn't
you go.
doing
You're
anything.
saving the day. See, Tony,
yes.
what a hero.
People called me out recently because I
National
was
treasure.
Yeah, I was posting about some video game I was playing, and they were like, "Tony, don't you say video games are for kids?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm playing the game to make sure it's safe for kids."
There you go. Perfect.
Because normally I wouldn't play a video. Who would play a
Tony,
video game?
you deserve an award or something.
I really do.
Get this guy
Thank
an
you.
award. Come
I
on.
gotta be on more episodes. Every other girl in the show is mean to me.
I'm the nicest. See, I tell it how it is.
We recently had Kira back on the show.
Yeah.
And someone in the comments was like, "Can you have her back on? It's great to have a girl that doesn't roll her eyes after everything Tony said."
She's wonderful. That's great.
So yeah, let's get into this movie.
Well, let's do it.
This wonderful movie that we
Love it.
thought was real, this documentary. The production company is Haxon Films. Get it?
No.
Okay. So Haxon is a very old silent black and white film about witchcraft and devils. It's public domain. You can look it up. I think it might even have got a Blu-ray release. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool to like a movie to put on the background because there's all weird devil stuff and like real
Interesting.
early special effects of witches flying around the city.
Huh.
Like legit, like from 1910 or something.
That's interesting. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so I thought that, I'm like, all right, I
That
get what
makes
you're
sense.
doing there.
Yeah.
Also,
No, I thought you were like hinting to like hack the movies, hacks, and I don't know what I was thinking.
oh, wow, you're,
I was like really deep into it. I don't know. Hack.
now that would have been funnier if I made it about, yeah, well, you beat me
Damn
again.
it, you missed
Anyway, so the friends are getting together. One has a video camera, the other one has a film camera. The film camera's in black and white, video camera's in color, and it looks like shit. Let me see here. It's Heather and Josh,
Right.
and they're very excited. And this reminded me of myself in college. This is a movie I've grown to appreciate. I'll talk about my initial reaction at the end. But yeah, I did a documentary about my friend running across Pennsylvania, and like ours kind of opened, like our documentary opens with us all like getting ready for like the documentary.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
This rang pretty true to me. Yeah, so they're going to pick up Mike,
Yes.
who's a sound guy, who I guess they put like a thing in the paper to pick up a sound guy.
Oh, is that what they did? Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't actually know Mike before that.
No, because they said like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you," and whatnot. Yeah,
Okay.
so he's
I forgot
just
that part. Yeah.
yeah, because
That
you
makes
see he's
sense.
got like the sound recorder and the microphones.
Right.
Yeah, so they're picking up Mike, and they go to Burkettville,
Yes.
which used to be called Blair.
Right. They changed the name. I wonder why.
It's like Friday the 13th Part 5,
Really?
when they were like, "Man, no one wants to come to Crystal Lake." Probably because
change the
Jason
name.
kills everyone. Oh no, part six. And they were like, you know what? Let's call it Forest Green.
No, it's so much nicer.
And then at some point they changed it back to Crystal Lake. I guess they were like, yeah, fuck it. We're
Fuck it.
Crystal Lake.
Exactly.
Everyone knows. Who cares?
He's coming back anyway. He never dies. It's great.
So yeah, they changed it to Burkettsville, and Heather does her best like TV presenter.
Much like a small, quiet town anywhere. No more than 20 families laid their roots here over 200 years ago.
She's good. You know what? Heather's like an amazing actress, or not actress, like real person. Yeah. Just the way that she presents herself on camera is
I liked it. I've seen, I remember college people doing videos like that.
Right.
It's important to note that the film camera is rented. That's like a plot point.
It's rented. It's not mine.
But her talking about the history of the town, it reminds me, I got that alien autopsy tape there, Fact or Fiction. And Jonathan Frakes is in there, and he does kind of like the same intro. He's like, "Oh, could you believe? Is it true?"
Right, like really like.
Spoiler: Alien autopsy.
It's real.
Fiction. It's the fakest thing you'll ever see.
Is anything real? I don't know.
No, nothing is real. Yeah. So they're going around town and asking townspeople about the Blair Witch, and we get multiple stories. Some of them reference a lady, and then the other one references a guy who he came into town one day and he's like, "I'm finished." And they go to his house and they found out he murdered children, but he made one face the corner so he could kill the other one.
Right.
And he didn't want their eyes on him.
There's like a bunch of different stories going on here.
Yeah.
But then there's also a mockumentary that I saw on YouTube that's called The Burkettville 7.
Okay.
So, which talks about how in like 1785, all of these weird things started happening.
Yeah.
And then every year for 40 to 50 years, something weird starts happening in the town again.
It's like it.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And then apparently like in the 1940s, according to this mockumentary, this guy named Rustin Parr killed the 7 children in Burkettsville.
Yeah.
And then he said that an old lady told him to do it, like she was in his head.
Oh, okay.
So, which is kind of, I guess, where that whole legend of the Blair Witch comes from.
Gotcha.
There's like a weird witch that's going into people's heads and telling them to kill children. I don't know.
I like the mom with the baby. She's trying to tell the story, and like the baby clearly like doesn't realize it's like a movie, and she's like, "Stop it!
Yeah,
stop it!" She's like, "I'm telling a scary story anyway." It's like, "Stop
it!" Like your kid doesn't want you to tell this story. Shut the fuck up.
That reminds me. Oh God, my goddaughter years ago. I had to make a fake pizza commercial for this movie. Mm-hmm. It was like a commercial that was supposed to play in the background.
Tony making pizza? That's so cliche.
It was actually my dad. It was actually my dad, and they were the twin brothers from the Mummy Cop series. It was like a little joint shared universe. And my goddaughter played young Lisa Cannoli in it, because the movie took place in like the 90s, which was the bad guy in Mummy Cop. Please watch Mummy Cop.
That's great.
But all she had to do was smile and say, "This pizza's the best," and she just showed up crying.
Oh no, this pizza's horrible.
We still make fun of her to this day about it, because like she eventually worked up, like she's crying and she smiles. She goes, "This pizza's the best."
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
I have the raw footage somewhere. I'm gonna put it in there.
You have to put it out.
So yeah, I know what it's like to work with a kid who's just not getting it.
Exactly. Gotta give them treats or something. Like, here, you can have some pizza. And I'll tell everyone
treats?
that it's
What are
great.
they, a dog? Like, here you go.
Here's some treats. Eat some cookies. You'll be fine. I don't know how to act with kids. Jesus.
Neither do I. Sometimes I like see kids and I'm just like, what do I do? I'm like, I'm petting their head. I'm like, is that what you do?
Good girl. Like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do here?
I'm bad with kids. Like, kids really love me, but I'm like bad with kids.
Right? Yeah. I feel like I'm the
I met my
same way.
cousin's kid for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
And like, it was in my way.
It was in my way. It was in my way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to dox them. So I'm like on my way to the bathroom and she's like in my way and I'm like, "Excuse me." And then she like went like this for me to pick her up.
Aww.
And I was like, "That's the opposite of excuse me. You're supposed to move."
Get out of my way.
So like I picked her up. And then I just went to the bathroom.
You just picked her up.
She like didn't understand. She's like, "What happened there?"
Just watching you walk by like, what? Oh God, Tony.
And speaking of kids, shout out to our good friend Anthony. He occasionally watches the show.
Hi, Anthony.
And his daughter will go in the room. She's like, "That's Tony. That's your friend."
That's nice. That's sweet.
And if she walks in the room now, she's going to be real freaked out. She's going to be like, "The TV just talked to me." Anyway, they eventually meet a lady named Mary, who apparently met the Blair Witch. And I love this story. She's like, "Yeah, she opened up her dress and she was hairy and And she was clearly feminine. She did this and this and this. And then afterwards, they're like, that woman's a liar. She said she was a ballerina. She said she was a scientist.
Like a million different things. She was like, she was nuts. She was definitely on something. She was smoking that weed that, something a little strong.
But I think she does give them some information that comes up later, right?
Does she?
Does she talk about the rocks or something?
Oh, yeah. Like the formations of what was it? I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, they're excited about their first day of filming, and they're drinking and
of course, they're having a good time.
Terrible role model.
It was the 90s. It's normal. Listening to
in the 90s,
metal.
it was like still edgy. Now it's like, hey, I'm good. It's like, yeah, cool, dude.
Cool, great. Yeah.
Cool. So the next day, they talk to some fishermen who just want to be left alone, really.
Yeah, they're not having it.
They're like, yeah, the Blair Witch. Yeah, it's something about her, I guess. Some lady got lost. The story is weird. It's like, yeah, a lady got lost in the woods. And then she showed up and said she saw a woman. And I'm like, that story sucks.
Yeah, right. Like, why are you even talking right now?
Like, you went into the woods and you just saw you know what woman he probably saw? The dancing devil from the Return of the Exorcist.
Can you imagine? You put her dancing.
And I can't cut to that clip because that movie was so fun. Go back and watch our Return of the Exorcist / The Other Exorcist 3, where like we could barely show clips from the movie because there was so much nudity. That's before we decided, you know, those types of movies are Patreon only. Anyway. And another fisherman said he saw something in the water.
Something weird in the water. Maybe it was a flying fish or something.
Yeah, and I think I wrote here, and you already told your story, but yes, this is definitely giving me flashbacks of just dicking around in the woods with friends.
What did you used to do in the woods?
I was a Boy Scout.
You were?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was a Boy Scout for
No,
years.
I didn't know that.
I didn't want anyone to know in grade school because it was embarrassing. Now that I'm older, I'm like, why was that so embarrassing?
Yeah,
Everyone else was doing cringe shit, but yeah, I was a Boy Scout for like years.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't a very good one. Like,
I
didn't get a lot of badges. Like, we would go on trips, and it's like
people or anything like that. No,
we go on trips, and they'd be like, "All right, make sure to get all your merit badges." And we're like, "We're gonna light stuff on fire and throw rocks and
exactly
chop down like trees and shit. We're cool."
Find
like
porn.
You find porn in the woods. You can find it. It's not in the woods anymore. What's going on, guys? Maybe I did my job so well finding all the.
See, you would deserve all of the merit badges just for that.
But now I'm out of business as the woods deporner, so now I gotta buy porn and throw it in the woods
and then collect it again.
I'm like the firefighter who creates fires.
Yeah,
like I need to ensure my job.
Jesus.
They find Coffin Rock, and a long time ago, they found a bunch of men mutilated and tied together at this rock in like a weird formation.
Right.
And then they went back into town to get more people to retrieve them, but then all the men were gone.
Disappeared.
Not really sure what the witch was doing there.
I don't know. So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of different things going on here.
Yeah.
I wonder if it really is a witch, if it's like supernatural, or if it's like people in the town that are just really fucking bored in Maryland. And they're like,
let me tell you something about Maryland. People in Maryland. Let me tell you something. I know from experience. They're either getting crabs, not okay.
Oh, crabs. Okay, you know from experience.
No.
Jesus, don't.
No, actual crustaceans. They're crabbing to sell crabs. They're not the crab might lead into my other thing. So they're getting crabs because everyone eats crabs in Maryland.
Right.
Spent a lot of time in Maryland. I partly grew up there. They're bored and they have no internet. I'm not counting DC. If we're counting DC, it's like they're ruining the world. DC, yeah. And then the last one is just doing a lot of heroin. But that's just my experience of Maryland. If your experience of Maryland is different than mine, let me know.
Yeah, let us know what's going on in Maryland. Do they still not have internet?
My grandmother, like, you see all these DVDs? They mostly came from my grandfather because they just couldn't get reception in their, like, literal neck of the woods.
Oh, no.
Now they can. Now Wi-Fi's gotten good enough that I can actually, like, watch something on Netflix there, but up until, like, 4 years ago.
Nothing.
Like you could probably get cable or satellite, but, like, internet was a fucking nightmare there.
Jesus.
Like, for years, going on the internet there was awful. Which is why he would buy so many DVDs.
Oh, gosh. That sounds like Italy up until a few years ago.
Really? Italy's that far behind?
No, honestly, I remember like in 2000 and I don't know, what is it, like 12 or something? Like we still had to go to like internet cafes and stuff. And
That's like big in Europe, right?
yeah, the internet cafe. But now, I mean, it's normal. But
Yeah.
before, like even, you know, not
I should
even
go
10
to
years
Italy
ago.
at some point.
You should.
Yeah.
I'm going in a couple weeks. You should come.
Are you coming back?
I don't know. We'll
God
see.
damn.
You know how I am. I
It's
go
always
there
a
and I'm like-
crapshoot. It's like, yeah, Trisha, we got all these things planned. You're like, I'm living in Italy now. It's like, oh, cool.
I'm
awesome.
going to Argentina. I don't know. Just going to these random places. Just gonna live there.
I got to go to Argentina.
Why? Do you have family there?
Oh.
A lot of Italian people go there, like of Italian heritage.
Yeah. They migrated after a certain world event.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of them
Hitler.
have my last name, so I'm a little curious.
Jesus.
Yeah, Argentina, like Peluso is a real big name down there.
Really?
It means floppy hat.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's probably some dialect. Piluso.
Well, no, there's literally a character called El Capitan Peluso who wears a floppy hat. Like,
Really?
That's like it's a big. When I've mentioned this before, when Facebook like first blew up, my entire family were getting like friend requests from people from Argentina because they thought we were related.
Maybe you are.
Again, you know, after World War II, a lot of people needed to flee, and
Exactly.
according to my
No, for
dad,
sure.
the Peluso family was not on the winning side of that war.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Tony, we're done here.
Anyway.
Oh, God.
Uh,
So, yeah, they're in the woods.
yeah, they fart in a tent.
You get too much ass smell in the night. Just get away.
Yeah, okay.
We get more character development. They brought one tent for three of
Right,
them.
exactly. Well, she makes a joke like, they're like, oh, it's really tight in here. And she's
No.
like, well, I've never spent it with two men. Like, I've never spent the night in a tent with two men before.
Heather's a little thirsty. if you
She was
ask
a
me.
little thirsty. Well, apparently Josh is her ex-lover. That's like the whole backstory, which like they don't really get into. They're like extended, deleted scenes.
Oh, okay. I did not watch the deleted scenes.
Yeah, I saw a few of them, and that was like in the beginning they kind of mentioned that.
I ordered the VHS tape, which says it has extended scenes, but it did not come in on time, which is why there's no tape on set.
Damn.
I would love to watch, you know, my big 4K TV. I only watch VHS rips on it.
Exactly.
Mike
Yeah.
has the most depressing hair I've ever seen.
His chest hair.
It's like blotchy and shit.
Right.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know why they have to show that. But then he like makes a comment. And he's like, "Oh well, you should see my ass." Like, no, I don't want to see your ass. I don't know what's going on here. I definitely don't want to know what's going on down
Look,
there.
I don't know if they sponsored this particular episode, but manscaped.com.
There you go. Makes sense. See, it's all connected.
Even if they didn't sponsor this episode, check him out.
Yeah.
He could have used it. It didn't exist back then, which is why
Yeah.
he looks so horrible.
Exactly.
This part is the scariest part of the movie. I gasped. So they're like lost in the woods.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't know where we are. We don't know where we are. And Heather, the woman, she says, I know where we are. And then they believe her. And I went, oh,
Oh, Jesus.
like, oh my God. Like, I was like, oh, those poor assholes. They're so lost.
Oh my God. You don't believe Heather?
No,
Heather, women are not the ones that lie. It is definitely men.
No.
Men are the ones that
Women are bad
like,
at directions and they don't like to admit when they're
oh,
wrong.
right. Exactly. Of
I
course.
literally, I had a
the opposite,
girlfriend
honestly.
flip out at me because she gave me wrong directions.
Yeah, sounds right.
She's like, I said go
you don't
left. I'm
follow.
like,
You should understand what she was trying to say.
that was the thing. So she's like, all right, you go up here and you like make a right and then a left. I'm like, I did that. There's nothing here. And she's like, I said make a right and then a left. I'm like,
Right.
yeah. And then it dawned on her she got left and right confused.
Well, that's your fault for being not understanding and making fun of her dyslexia. The fuck, Tony?
It wasn't dyslexia. She is not. But yeah, the whole day she was mad at me because she screwed.
You should see the way you're driving. You know, like you would tell from left and right which way was the right way to go. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, she would like when we would drive, she would give directions and she would literally be like,
Just pointing.
I'm like, because she didn't know left or right. You don't
I
understand.
honestly have the same problem.
It was such a problem that she couldn't even vocalize it. She just gave up at one point and just
That's
went.
what I do. When my boyfriend's like driving and I'm like looking at the GPS, I just like tap on the window, like which way. I swear to God. The other day he got mad at me. He's like, why the fuck are you tapping on the window? Just tell me right. I'm like, I can't think of the word. But then I get like Italian and English mixed up too. So I'm just like, destra, sinistra.
I workshopped this joke earlier and people thought it was offensive. And then you just proved it right.
Sorry, guys.
That was the scariest part of the movie. I was like, oh no. Like, see, you can show me. See, I can't relate to being hunted by a witch. I can relate to being given wrong directions by someone who says they're not lying.
That's why it's scary for you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Another actually got like the trains mixed up and we ended up going to like the wrong part of Philly.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool, though.
I'm just like...
But then that's your fault because why didn't you double check?
I didn't know where we were going. She had the thing and I don't know.
Okay.
It was to look for a house that I ended up not moving in, obviously. So they find a pile of rocks laid out like a burial ground. They say it's like a burial ground, but I don't know if it is.
Yeah, who knows? How do they know? How would they know?
I think they're just guessing.
Yeah. They're just thinking like, well, we see all these rocks laid out. What else could it be?
What else could it be?
Yeah.
That's right. Let me see here. One of the guys knocks over a rock. And she puts it back, but she knocks over a rock. And then they hear noises in the woods, and they're too scared to investigate.
Why would you knock over a rock if you think it's on a burial ground?
Did he do it on purpose, or did he like accidentally do it? Because remember, they go back.
No, he accidentally did it. But like, why wouldn't you be more careful? Yeah.
Speaking of being careful, we should check in on our friends.
Oh
here.
yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah, I wonder what they're up to.
Let's see if they were careful.
Dave, our cameraman, is dead. And I can't find Riley. I just wanted to review some movies. I'm very sorry. And I lost the map. And I shouldn't have lost the map. Now, I'm just afraid I'm gonna die. And I won't be able to review some movies.
Well, it looks like things are getting worse. Anyway, speaking of getting worse, it's about to get worse for our characters in this movie. They get lost again.
Yeah.
And Mike is starting to lose it.
Yeah.
And Heather will not show them the map. She's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, she also, like, she has a compass and everything, too. So she's thinking she's on the right track, I'm sure. She's very independent. Strong, independent woman.
She is not a strong, independent woman. She is not a strong, independent woman.
Well, Mike is an asshole.
Mike snaps a little early.
Yeah.
And I understand it's stressful.
How long are they in the woods there? Like a day, 2 days?
Yeah.
And he's already
But he's got like another job to go to.
Yeah.
The guy has to return the camera or else they get like fined. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
That was a problem at my college. They had to increase the fines for cameras.
Really?
And start punishing people because the rich students would just check out the cameras and just never return them because they could afford to pay the fines.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're like, all right.
Yeah, whatever, $25, here you go.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we need to like, if you do it, you're not allowed to rent again. There was like a whole thing they had to do.
That's terrible.
Let me see here.
Yeah, but he kicks the map. The map is gone.
No, that's not at this part.
Yeah, it is.
No, we're not at that part.
Where are we?
We are now, they are back in the tent at night and they're hearing more noises.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? Fuck!
Oh God, I just skipped that whole thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
And it's funny, they're like scared of the noises in the woods, but like...
Well, it could be like deer.
Yeah, well, that's what they say, and I'm just like, yeah, because like I live in a wooded area now, and my grandparents lived in literally the woods.
There's always something happening.
Yeah, so like the sound that's scaring them, I'm like,
trees are falling.
Yeah, the sound that scared them, like, that literally just sounds like branches falling.
Yeah.
And again, where my family lived, it could have just been someone just firing guns into the air for fun.
In Maryland.
So yeah, like this is the one part, and I think as a kid, this is the part that's supposed to start to really scare you. And as a kid, I'm just like, I hear that all the time.
Right.
Like,
well, yeah, for
where's the
anyone who
scary
lives
part?
in the woods, it's like normal.
Yeah. So.
But I think if you put yourself into that situation too,
Yeah.
like you're in the middle of the woods at night and you're hearing all of these different noises, your imagination starts to go off. Right?
Oh no, that happened as a Boy Scout. I would get scared
Exactly.
in the woods
Like
because I would
even
hear
if you
stuff like
hear someone walking or something.
yeah.
Or like
There was definitely
whistling.
noises in the woods that scared me. It's just the noises they're hearing just sound common to me.
normal.
So,
Exactly.
dude, when I moved to where like my parents were, like I never heard a fox before.
Oh my God, they're so weird.
I couldn't appreciate the "What Does the Fox Say" song. From
Right,
years
because
ago.
you've never heard a fox.
I thought a woman was being murdered.
It's horrible.
I had to like go out and like, what the fuck? And then finally a friend was like, oh, those are what foxes make.
It's
I'm
the
like, that's what they say.
weirdest fucking sound. That's why they made a whole song about it.
Yeah, but the song is never what they say.
No, it's not.
I literally, it was like 2008. I'm sitting in bed. I was home alone, and I just hear, ah! I'm like what is going on?
Can you imagine being in the middle of the woods and hearing a fucking fox like that? Like, oh my God, I would die.
Apparently, rabbits make really loud sounds when they're being like attacked.
Do they?
That's like the only time they ever make sounds is they like
Yeah, in
scream
fact,
when
I
they're
don't
being
know.
attacked.
Some bunny making a noise.
Let me see here. Yeah, it turns out the next day rocks were being
yeah.
piled around their camp.
Yeah.
And
That
they're like,
would freak me the fuck out.
that would be kind of scary. If they
you
weren't there the day
wake
before
up-
and then they
yeah.
were, that'd be kind of scary. yeah.
Exactly. So now all the sounds make sense.
Yes.
Now.
Now the map is gone.
Now it's
we don't
gone.
reveal what happened to the map,
No.
but that comes up in a second. But yeah, they're starting to lose it. Josh was like the calm one until now.
Right.
And she does this whole thing where she's like, it's impossible to get lost in America.
Yeah. Like, do you know how many people go missing in the woods every year?
Yeah.
Like, it is
A lot.
very. You can get lost in the fucking woods right here down the street. Like,
Yeah. Or you can get like injured and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Like,
Something can
who's
happen.
Who's that famous asshole?
There's a lot of famous assholes.
They made a movie about him, the Into the Wild movie.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're
he's the
talking
guy who
about.
went to live in the woods, like off the grid.
Right.
And then he like, I forget what happened, and he didn't know how to prepare meat the right way, so he just fucking died in,
Oh,
in a
Jesus
bus that was
Christ.
left there. And then no one could get him because at that time of year it like floods. And it's been I think they eventually moved the bus because people were going out there to live like him.
Oh, God.
And the park rangers were like, oh my God, stop it.
Right. Like, well, at this point, it's like Darwinism, right? Like, if you want to like go and live in the fucking woods, just fucking do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's their like? I guess somewhere else in the country. Because like right now, like if we go to any park, you walk in one direction, you're gonna find a way out.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
yeah, I wonder what part of the country like where the forest is like huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. I feel like now it'll be
like-
hard to get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
No. Well, also you
Maybe.
have like cell phones and stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, and I mean, like you said, unless you run out of food and you can't walk anymore, people don't know that you're gone in
Yeah.
the woods, right?
Yeah.
Which is what happens.
I'm gonna go live in the woods.
You look like you're ready for that.
That's
fun,
been like
Tony.
my thing lately. Like whenever I get like frustrated about something, I'm just like every day I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go live
I'm
in the
gonna go
woods.
find the Blair Witch. That's what you should dedicate your life to.
You think she's seen anyone? We're both single, me and the Blair Witch. Do you know what the Blair Witch looks like?
No. Apparently she's hairy, according to that lady.
Well, I can tell you what she looks like.
What does she look like?
So McFarlane Toys, the guys who made Spawn, they did They did the movie Maniac series in the 90s. At my place, I'm sorry, not at my place. The corner of the store that's definitely over there and
right.
not a separate set in my basement.
yeah.
I have those
Oh,
like
over
horror
there.
movie figures.
Yeah.
Those are called the movie Maniac series. And McFarlane Toys, they were told to make a Blair Witch toy. Problem.
They don't know what it looks like. The hell does the Blair Witch look like?
So they made two of them. That's one of them. It's a tree man with horns
That's horrible.
and like a big, he's got like a sigh and a bundle. Oh, he's got the bundle of sticks that comes up later.
Yeah.
Let me see. There was another one, I think. Okay, yeah. And then they have a more feminine looking one. And it's a zombie
I hate it.
and she has like deflated boobs.
I hate it. That's horrible. Why you gotta ruin the whole like imagination.
I didn't do shit. This is what
It's all your
McFarlane-
fault, Tony. No, because now you're showing it to me. I don't want to see that.
Now you have to imagine that that's what it looks like.
Right, exactly. Before it was like just like a spirit. Like I don't even know what I would think.
Could you
Like,
imagine
Blair Witch
being
is just,
tasked
like,
with that?
The terror of being in the woods alone.
I can't imagine being like, hey,
No.
toy maker, sculptor, you need to make
Create the
2
Blair
Blair
Witch.
Witches. Like, oh, 2 characters. Okay, can you give me pictures of what they look like in the movie? And it's like,
Nope.
oh.
Use your imagination.
Okay. Okay. The best. McFarlane. Actually, no, I'll tell that story for Darkness Falls, actually.
Oh, Darkness Falls. I love that movie.
There's a McFarlane Toy Story with that.
No way.
Yeah,
Okay,
Johanna
I
really
gotta
wants to
watch
do that one. We
yeah.
should probably do that together. Speaking of toys, side tangent there. Jurassic Park. You know Newman from Seinfeld's in it?
Really?
Yeah, in Jurassic Park, he's the fat guy.
Oh,
who steals-
yeah.
Oh,
Obviously.
wait,
No,
hold
I
on.
knew that, yeah,
I have a visual
obviously.
representation. Here he is right there.
Oh, jeez.
So in the 90s, the toy company that had to make him, I forget if we mentioned it in the Jurassic Park review, they were like, make a toy off this character, but the role hadn't been cast yet.
Oh.
So when you get the Dennis Nedry toy from Jurassic Park, it's like this muscular guy in this like
not
combat suit
him.
who's ready to capture dinosaurs. And then the movie comes out, it's like, what the fuck?
happened?
Like, that doesn't look anything like Newman.
He was sitting on his couch a little too long. The fuck?
And that was Toy Talk.
Yeah.
For more Toy Talk, go to Peg Warmers podcast. Johanna was on Peg Warmers recently.
Was she?
Yeah, she brought in her porgs.
Her porgs?
Yeah.
Porgs. I feel like I know what that is.
This
But I don't know.
stupid fucking birds from that dumb Star Wars movie, the new Star Wars
yeah, no,
movies.
I have no idea. No.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
She's obsessed with them.
Really? They're cute. That's nice.
And Trisha's last episode, everyone. It's Trisha's last episode.
Save me, guys. Write in the comments how much you guys want me here.
Yeah. So, they assume that people will look for them. But they seem kind of insufferable, so I don't think they would.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't think
Would
anyone's
people
looking
in
for that.
1994, like if they told people they're... So you have to be gone for 48 hours to make a missing
Yeah.
person thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would have to like call the police to, yeah. I still think it's like we got other things to do.
I feel like back in the 90s, people were kind of more about their own business. Like they didn't have social media and everything like that. So they weren't keeping like tabs on everyone.
Or they'd wait longer, like, oh, they must have like gotten delayed
something
or
happened,
something.
or maybe they're like getting brunch or something on their way home.
Yes, they went
Well, maybe
deep
not
into
brunch,
the
I don't know, in the
Burkettville
90s.
woods to look for a demon monster. They got brunch. I think they got a jacked brunch. Don't Google jacked brunch.
I don't want to.
Everyone
I can
else
only
should. I don't think you
imagine.
can handle it. Everyone else should Google jacked brunch.
I can handle a lot. I'm gonna go Google this afterwards. What's going on here?
So Mike is losing his mind,
yes.
and he admits to throwing the map.
Yes. And he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, I threw the map.
Fucking kicked the map. It was bullshit anyway.
Yeah,
we didn't need it. We're lost.
Because they are lost. They keep like just going in circles and
Yeah.
circles, and I guess the Blair Witch is doing it, or they're just... Or Heather's just not. Heather's mixing up her lefts and rights.
You know why? It's because the guys are making her go crazy. That's why. She can't get her head right because these fucking assholes.
Yeah, that's your theory. Apparently that's tied to a deleted scene. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, there's a deleted scene about, how Heather and Josh are like ex-lovers.
Yeah.
And so the theory is that Josh and Mike are actually in this together and they
Okay.
want to bring Heather into the woods to make her go crazy and then kill her. That's the theory.
That's
It's a fan theory. This is interesting.
That's like the killers in Scream, but like this is
Yeah.
like that's kind of going way out of your way.
But like it's like Mike and Josh are like acting out this whole thing to like freak Heather the fuck out. But then in the end something actually does happen.
Heather
So it's
seems like an idiot. I'm pretty sure he could just leave her to her own devices. Like,
Heather's really smart and intelligent, and I love her. And Heather Donahue, if you are watching this review, I just want to say that you are amazing, and you are a strong, independent woman, like I mentioned before. And do not listen to Tony because he is not correct.
also, Heather, if you got any of that sweet, and if anyone would like to send stuff to our PO box, here's the address there. I haven't gone to the PO box recently.
Oh, you should do that.
Depending on like what week it is, there's either nothing there or it's overflowing.
Jeez.
They know who I am. I've gotten to that point where I walk in and
like,
they're
oh,
like,
it's Tony from Hack the Movies.
Yeah, they're like, Hack the Movies. Yeah, we got a whole box for you.
That's awesome. It's great to be famous, huh, Tony?
I'm very famous. I'm very famous. You should start a P.O. box for Trisha's Italy.
You know what? I should.
What weird stuff would you get?
Oh, God. A lot of feet stuff, I feel like. I don't know. I get a lot of weird requests.
Do you want to put that out there? Guys, if you ask for feet pics, they're not getting them, right?
No, you're not going to get them. No.
What's the price?
No.
What's the price?
Well, just DM me. We'll talk about it later.
Joanna was on this. Someone offered $50 worth of Bitcoin to see deep cleavage. Not even topless. And she turned it down. I'm like,
why?
I don't know. You sons of bitches. My DMs are open. I'll do this shit. Like, I need more Bitcoin, you assholes.
Exactly.
Fucking
That's wonderful.
All you broads get all the simps. I get nothing.
Don't you get a lot of simps? Don't
No,
deny
I don't.
It. Yes, you do. I know. I've seen your inbox.
No, I get yelled at by people for not liking the new Ghostbusters. Everyone else is getting offered Bitcoin for cleavage pics. I'm like, you assholes. Anyway, so yeah, you think they're gonna try and kill her?
Well, I don't know. It's just a fan theory. That's not personally.
But there
what I
is a
think,
deleted scene where you said Josh like tore up the map or crumbled the map.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Exactly. So Josh. Yeah, I skipped that. But Josh actually crumbles up the map. He admits to crumbling it up and then giving it to Mike, and then Mike kicks it. That is a deleted scene. You don't see Josh in on it.
Yes.
So it just makes Mike look like an asshole.
Yes. And then here we get the most iconic image. Well, second most iconic image. The Blair Witch sticks. The Blair Witch logo.
The logo, yeah.
You gotta put a logo in here.
Oh, God. Honestly, like, that scene gives me chills. Because if I think about being in the woods and seeing that.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Hold on.
Is it our friends Riley and mint salad?
I don't know. I'll check in a second. But anyway, what were you saying?
If I see the Blair Witch logo, like I'm just walking around the woods in the middle of nowhere, I don't know where the fuck I am, and I see this logo hanging there, like, what would you do?
Well, if I lived in a universe where the Blair Witch is a movie like this universe, I'd be like, oh, some asshole sold the Blair Witch, I guess.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
If the Blair Witch was not a movie,
right,
and I went in there, I'd be like, fuck's that?
Right, like some cult or something, like some like, satanic ritual.
Because it's just creepy enough without going overboard. It's not like, I mean, Texas Chainsaw is creepy in a different way, but it's not like there's like bones and knives and stuff.
Sticks.
Like it's just sticks. So you're like,
which is crazy how scary it is.
Yeah, it's just a bundle of sticks. That's a lot of word. I wish there was a word that was shorter to describe that. But yeah, it's just a bundle of sticks in the woods tied up. And I guess I would be creeped out. Mm-hmm. If I was in like a real secluded part and I saw that, I'd be like, uh-oh.
Like, there's nothing around.
Going the other way.
Right, because who the hell in their right mind is going to be out in the middle of the woods?
Yes.
Besides you. But.
Well, yeah, I probably would be. Ever get yelled at by a park ranger? I got yelled at by a park ranger.
What were you doing? You didn't find enough porn to clean up the park?
Well, me and my friends were hanging out in the woods, not looking for porn. Well, that was the thing. You never go into the woods looking for porn. You just find it.
Oh.
Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. I just have to go for a nice stroll. I have been going on Instagram Live, just me in the woods.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you are. You were in the chat the other day.
I was for like 2 seconds, and then I exited out because I was so confused. I was also at work, I think. I don't know.
It was really cold, and I need to move more. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the park, but I didn't want to give up. So I'm like, if I'm live streaming like an asshole.
That's true. It gives you like motivation.
Yeah, it does.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Gets your mind off the cold.
That's true.
And then as soon as you're done live streaming, you're like, fuck, it's cold.
What's wrong with me? I'm going back to my car.
So yeah, this is the scene that really started to scare me.
Yeah.
And part of it was used for the trailer. But yeah, so they're in the woods. They're in the tent. Well, of course they've been in the woods the whole time. And they hear like kids
Little
laughing.
Kids, which to me is super fucking creepy.
Yeah.
If you hear little kids just laughing in the middle of the night, really anywhere you are, I don't know. To me, kids laughs, it's just creepy.
Yeah. Nah, I don't like it.
No.
Don't like it. A little kid laugh, and there's like a baby laughing.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is
Why are
going
there little kids in the middle of the woods? No, thank you.
What would you do? What would you do in that situation?
No, I don't even know. I would probably have a panic attack. I would probably ask Heather for some good stuff because there's no fucking way I'm going to sleep. Like,
Well, I mean, if I hear, like, I'm not scared of kids.
no,
usually.
but like in the middle of the woods at night, in the middle of nowhere.
I guess that is a weird place for
Right?
a kid to be.
No, thank you.
You're not finding that porn in the middle of the woods in the night.
Right.
So you shouldn't be out there. Oh, God. Yeah, you're right. These
Exactly.
kids are evil.
No, thank you.
That is terrifying to think, though. Just like, oh, like,
God,
nope.
yeah. And then like to think like there's nowhere to go and you're in the middle of the woods. It's really dark out. You're
Yeah.
fucking lost.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fucking creepy.
Chills.
But yeah, I didn't when I was a kid because at this point, like, it's a common complaint. Nothing's happening. But at this point, like, they haven't been physically touched by anything,
No.
and like the tent just like collapses in
Yeah.
on them.
Oh God. And they just start running.
Yeah, and then kudos
Like,
to
where
Heather.
the fuck are you running? Yeah.
Just
I get it.
anywhere.
Oh my God, that's like another thing because I have asthma. So this movie freaks me out because I'm like, if I have to run and it's cold and it's dark and I'm lost, I'm gonna die.
And you don't have your inhaler?
Right. Oh my God, that's my worst fear. I have to carry that wherever I go.
Have you seen the new Scream?
No.
Oof.
I guess I'm
one's
not
gonna-
going to.
That one's gonna strike home for you. Yeah, the main character has asthma. It's like a plot point.
No. See, that's my worst fear. Oh God.
Yeah, I guess that would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck. That would suck. You can't live in the woods with asthma.
No.
When a bear comes,
Oh.
you won't be able to run away from
No,
it.
exactly. I would die. I would literally die.
Yeah, but I like when she just turns back and goes, What is that? It's like, because you're waiting for the camera to, in a modern movie, the camera would turn around.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yes, what is it?
What is it? Well, because and that's what's so great about this movie is because the camera, like, she's not really focusing on the camera. She's like focusing on her own experience and what's going on. So she's not thinking like, oh, I have to turn this around and capture whatever the fuck it is. Like, she's just thinking about herself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, more modern found footage movies, like,
They're gonna be like, oh, what is that?
like Cloverfield. He's constantly
Yeah.
getting like the shot of like the
Like,
monster.
You're
and
gonna be
stuff.
way too scared to even
like, why are you
think about
even
that.
still filmed? Like, you got the footage of the monster. Get the fuck out of the city,
Exactly.
you asshole.
What are you doing? Yeah, for sure.
Cloverfield was another one that did the whole found footage, but with the viral marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got sick when I watched Cloverfield.
Did you get sick watching this?
No.
That's interesting.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Because this is even like shakier.
It is. Yeah.
Are there other found footage movies that get you sick? Because that's like a common complaint about a lot of these movies. They make people sick.
No. I just remember Cloverfield just feeling really
Yeah.
nauseous.
It's weird. I have like the worst motion sickness.
Mm.
And movies don't do
Doesn't
it
do
for
it?
me.
Really?
I can watch a found footage shaky cam movie and be fine.
And nothing.
That's another thing. I feel like a lot of people wrongly go back and shit on this. But it's like, well, I think you're more mad about all the imitations that came out afterwards. Like, oh God, there's some pretty terrible found footage movies. The Devil Inside. That one sucked. The Pyramid sucked.
Yeah.
They're all awful. Most of the Paranormal Activities after 3
yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a new one out?
No. When did that come out?
Like a few months ago. It was on Paramount Plus, that app, exclusive to that. I still didn't see the 3D one.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, we might have to we just did a worst of for Texas Chainsaw. We should do a worst of for that series.
Let's do it.
Because I don't know how
liked
to...
the first
The
one,
first,
though.
yeah, the first
I was
3.
actually scared.
I was a little let down by 2. But the first 3 were really, really good. I liked them. And then,
Yeah.
4 sucked.
No, I didn't see
I think
that
I
one.
have 4 here. 4 sucked.
No, I just remember the first one. And that was kind of like the same thing, where you think it's like real footage and it's like filming the cameras in the house.
Nah, at that point we caught on.
Well, yeah, we caught on, but still, it was like, this could actually happen in real life.
But that took from this. I mean, that one was a little bit more effects heavy.
Yeah.
But it did the whole, like, just don't show your monster. Don't show. Apparently, the 3D one, they show the monster.
No, it's not fun. I don't like that. See, I like the stuff where you don't really know. You have to use your imagination. That's what's so scary about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand if a worse filmmaker tries to do that, it's even cringier, but what are you going to do? Oh, God. Ugh. There's a found footage movie about astronauts on the moon.
What? Why?
Apollo 18? Yeah, it's about the astronauts that go to the moon and there's something killing them. It turns out that the rocks on the moon are actually spiders. That's the movie.
Ugh.
I don't remember it being very good. The next day, their camp is wrecked.
Yes.
It is completely trash. And they mentioned there's like blue slime on things.
Yeah.
The blue doesn't really come up on camera.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
but
was this?
what the fuck is the slime though?
Ectoplasm.
Oh.
It's like green slime from Ghostbusters. I don't know.
No, actually, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense to you. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
And here we go. Speaking of
Think of that.
other movies that rip this off, here we get the whole turn the damn thing off cliche,
Yeah.
which I think already existed. I think there's a scene like that in, Cannibal Holocaust.
Is there?
Have you not seen that Italian work of cinema?
Cannibal Holocaust.
You've never even heard of it?
No.
That was like
Okay,
the
are you
found
funny?
footage movie. It's got like actual animal killings and
No
stuff in it.
way.
Yeah, it's Italians thing.
Yeah, it's I mean,
They
that's
don't
normal.
fucking care.
Well, yeah.
How are we gonna do this scene where the guy shoots the pig in the head and the Italian's like, oh, you get a pig and you shoot it in the head. And they're like, oh, Jesus.
That's what he says.
That's what he said.
Like this. Normale.
Hey, do you have the turtle prop when they cut the turtle's head off and eat it? And the guy's like, oh, what a prop. There's the turtle. There's
For
the
real.
turtolino.
Sì, tortellina. Tortelloni.
Is that what it's really called? I don't even know. Yes, Cannibal Holocaust was one of like
Hilarious.
the first it's like from the 70s, I think. The first like big.
No.
Yeah, it's about like a crew that goes missing in the woods, and then like the whole movie's not found footage, but they collect the missing filmmakers' footage, and it turns out the filmmakers were assholes and treating the natives like shit to fake a documentary, and then
Great.
the natives had a little too much of their bullshit.
Oh, Jesus. Good.
But yeah, all these movies, they always have a scene where like even the writer can't justify why someone's filming, so they put in a line where it's like,
Right.
turn the damn thing
Turn it
off.
off. Yeah, they're getting really fucking pissed with Heather. They're
Yeah,
like, you only care about this, we're gonna die. But honestly, if you're gonna die, why not document it?
I see you have a note here correcting me.
What happened?
I say they sing my favorite song, the national anthem. And
America the Beautiful.
they sing both. They sing America the Beautiful, and then the camera cuts and they're singing the national
Did they
anthem.
really? I don't remember that part.
God shine your grace on thee as the twilight lands.
You don't have all the words of the national anthem memorized?
I just don't remember them singing it.
Spent
I thought
too
it
much-
was just
spent too much.
because they're like, God share me. I don't even know the words.
Because they're mocking her for saying you can't get lost in America.
Right, exactly.
Spent too
Yeah,
much time in
so-
Europe, all right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have the red, white, and blue running through your veins. You need to watch some Hulk Hogan matches.
Oh no.
You need to watch the Hulk Hogan match at WrestleMania 4 or 5, whatever one was in Trump Plaza, and then that'll knock the America back into you.
Okay.
Macaulay Culkin's
thank
in the
you.
crowd for one of those matches.
Oh no way. Okay, I'll definitely watch it. I love
The camera just cuts to young Macaulay Culkin, like, my good
Shocked.
friend Macaulay Culkin.
I know. I'm still so mad at you. You never let me meet him.
If you're
But
wondering,
he saw my face. He saw my
if you're
face.
wondering why I wore this ridiculous pin of Trisha's face, it was because she wasn't allowed to shoot.
He did not let me.
You were
meet
acting
him.
like it was like a hangout. I'm like, this is like a work thing.
It was a hangout. You were like at someone's house.
It was a work hangout.
Drinking a beer, smoking some weed.
We did. No, we didn't smoke weed. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I didn't. We did go out to a bar in Phoenixville.
I see you.
And I don't know if I told this one. There was this girl just plastered. And she recognized Macaulay Culkin. And she's like trying to talk to him, but she could barely stand.
Oh god.
And she's like thinking of things to say, but she's too drunk. And her like brother's there, like propping her up. And he's like, all right, we gotta go. And she's like, you. And like, we're all just having fun. We're like, this girl's really trying.
Oh,
and then, like, the
no.
brother's like, I gotta take her home. Like, I feel bad for that girl. Because the next day, her brother's gonna be like, you met Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, right.
She's gonna be like,
exactly.
no, I didn't.
fucking did it. I hope someone freaking videotaped that.
Did you ever see that picture of Tom Hanks with the guy who's passed out?
No.
Tom Hanks was at a bar and this guy was passed out drunk, so his friends took a picture of Tom Hanks posing
Oh
with
my
it. So the
God,
next
that's
day they
amazing.
sent him the picture. He's like, I met Tom Hanks.
No fucking way.
So anyway,
Damn alcohol.
oh yeah, so Heather and Josh are really going at it.
Yeah.
Like yelling at each
They
other.
hate
and,
each other.
And you think this plays into the whole that they're ex-lovers.
Well, maybe, yeah. If they're like that
Yeah.
comfortable with each other, they fucking hate each other.
Maybe they're just really good friends.
Yeah, that could be too.
Nah, they're probably ex-lovers.
Probably.
The next day, Josh is missing.
He's not there.
Like,
Yeah,
she
she's
screams Josh so
screaming.
fucking loud.
Which is good. If you're trying to find him. And you're in the middle of nowhere, you gotta scream.
It's a little loud.
But like,
Mike is doing a horrible job at audio, by the way. Because they're constantly using the audio from the camera mic. It's like, Mike, your name's literally Mike. Use your mic.
Use your mic. He doesn't give a fuck at this point.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it together at night.
Yeah.
But then they hear him screaming. Now this is creepy.
Yes. So hearing Josh screaming, which, fun fact, by the way, they actually recorded Josh, like the directors of the actual film, recorded him screaming, and then they actually played it at night for the actors to hear. So actually, a lot of these scenes that we see were completely set up. Like, the actors didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah, I heard about, like, the directors will, like, leave them, like notes and stuff in, like, their film cans or whatever to be like, hey, in this scene, you do this.
Right.
This,
like, they give them, like, little, like, things, like, what they should do in the scene or how to act. But at the same time, like, some of the stuff, like, the what's it called? The logo, the Blair Witch logo. Like, they just, like, put that there. And, like, the actors weren't expecting that.
That's pretty cool.
So they, like, wake up and they're just like, why are these here? What the fuck is happening? They were truly scared. So,
good job.
Great.
What were their names? Good job, Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick. You did a good job.
Good job. Great.
One of them
great
filmed
directors.
something for VHS, that anthology series. Do you ever see VHS?
No.
Both you and Crystal, how the hell have you not seen VHS?
I don't know.
That's an anthology series, but it's all found footage. And they're pretty crazy. They're pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where can I find that?
Some of them are on Amazon. Actually, the newest one is on Shudder.
Okay.
And I gave you my Shudder account.
Yeah, I don't know how you gotta send me that again.
God damn you. Anyway, there's 4 of them. The last one was not all of the little anthology bits are good in each one, but occasionally there's like a really good one that stands out.
Well, when they wake up, right, in the morning.
Yes.
Afterwards, Heather goes out and finds a bundle of
a bundle of sticks. That's a mouthful. If only there was a shorter word. Yeah, she finds a bundle of sticks.
I'm sure there is.
I don't know it. It just surrounded in like
it's Josh's shirt.
Yeah, pieces of his shirt.
Yeah, it's his shirt, and then she like picks it up and then she like throws it because she gets scared.
Yeah.
Which is actually a real reaction. She had no idea, like the actual actress had no idea what was in there. And then when she opened it up, the directors were like, you have to go back and you have to open it and show what's in there because this is part of the movie.
Yeah.
So she was genuinely scared. She opens it up and it's an actual tooth with blood and Josh's
It looked like there was like
hair.
a tongue in there.
It looks like that, right?
Yeah.
But then I went back and I researched it and the director actually says that it was a tooth that was donated from his dentist. A real human tooth they used, and
the camera quality is so poor. You could have just put a pebble in there and it would have blended in. But yeah, I saw the hair and the blood. It really did look like a tongue.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
That's
as a kid.
me too.
Yeah, and that was like, okay. As a kid, I'm like, all right. I remember, I saw this on video like after the theater and stuff. Like I didn't see it in theaters. So I was like, I waited a while to see this. And at this point, I'm like, oh shit. Stuff's getting real. And I've seen that McFarlane toy. I can't wait till the witch shows up.
Oh God.
She doesn't tell Mike.
No.
She washes her hands. She's like, that's nothing.
It's
nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Well, she's probably so shocked she doesn't want this to be reality.
Yeah. We finally get the most iconic scene.
The number one.
Her
scene.
with the camera on her.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm so sorry. I'm so scared.
That really like tugs at your heart, this scene.
Yeah, mega snot fest.
Mega snot. I mean, it's disgusting. And it's real. Like, she is an amazing actress. Like, to have the courage to actually go on camera and just snot all over the place.
And to admit to being wrong, I was like, that's great acting. So yeah.
I cannot. Oh, Dio. Any chance you get, Tony. Any chance you get.
You guys tell I've been through a breakup recently.
Tony is very single. You should hit him up. I don't know.
Although, she wasn't too bad, but it's reminding me of previous breakups, and all those old resentments are coming back. Anyway.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah,
her
my Tinder
confession.
profile still that about me on my Tinder profile is not working. I don't know.
Please tell the audience you're about me.
So I thought I'd just cut to the chase with my Tinder profile. So it's a picture of me, and the about me literally just says I could be more or less like your dad, depending on your wishes.
It's fucking horrible. Like, why would anyone in their right mind actually message you with that, though? Like, unless they have a really good sense of humor, and they're just like, this guy's fucking great.
Like, I gotta weed through them. Like, yeah, like I need if you're matching on me with that profile, I was like, all right, I've already eliminated them.
No, that makes sense. Just cut to the chase.
I was pretty fucking proud of that.
Do people actually message you like, hey, that's really funny?
I only matched one person, but they haven't messaged me back.
Oh, God.
I literally said, I'm like, they said I wouldn't match anyone with this. Thanks for proving them wrong. I haven't heard back.
Oh, like, yeah,
anyway,
fuck that. I give him a
yeah,
chance.
so the I'm so scared. This was parodied so many times. Oh, fuck. Scary Movie did it.
Yeah.
We mentioned in a previous episode, did you ever see the Scooby-Doo project?
No, I heard of that though. But
yeah, you can find it on YouTube now.
Yeah, is it on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, what you call it? Cartoon Network. They did like a marathon, and they would play commercials that you would like. Each part of the commercial was a different segment. And it was like the 2D animation, but in actual woods. And it was just the Scooby-Doo characters doing the Blair Witch Project. And I think at one point they do the like, I'm like so totally scared.
So totally scared, man.
Maybe this time we shouldn't have meddled.
That's really
I think I even did that in my stupid fucking movie I made when I was 10. I don't know. That was the scene they showed in all the trailers. That was like the big scene they showed in the trailers, along with the "What is that?"
Right.
And like you see the trailer, and you're like, I bet you it's a zombie lady with deflated boobs, according to that toy.
That's what it is.
So Josh calls out to them again, and his voice leads them to a house.
Right.
And when I was a kid, I was like, wait a minute, a house?
There's got to be someone living there.
No, not that. If you see a house, there should be a path that leads to a main road.
True. How do you get to that house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, why are they going in?
They need resources and supplies and whatever to live off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's living in that house.
Well, no.
But there should be a road nearby.
Exactly.
Some way to get to civilization if that house exists.
You were 10 years old and you thought that?
Yes.
See, that's the Boy Scout in you. That
I mean,
sense.
it was the Boy Scout in me. Now, I mean, if there was a Blair Witch, I guess they can change the woods and manipulate it, and they would just be in a loop.
Which is like another theory that's kind of going on too.
But the fact that they didn't even, their first thought should be like, oh, wow, Josh is probably being murdered. Let's see if there's a way to get back to town. Because I'm not going in that fucking house. And actually, this house reminds me of when I not broke into Penhurst Asylum before it was a tourist location.
How did you do that? Wait, that place is still there or did they tear it down? They tore it down, right?
They tore parts of it. No, now it's a like a Halloween attraction.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But we went when it was not in 2008. Me and Anthony and a bunch of our friends, Ted and whatnot. We went in there. We didn't break in. The door was already broken off the hinges. We were definitely trespassing, but we didn't break and enter. And yeah, I think I might have told the story before, but we were upstairs and I saw that there was someone else.
Did you see a ghost?
I didn't see a ghost. I saw that there was someone else in there with a flashlight, and my version of the story is I heroically told everyone about it and we all ran away.
So what you saw someone?
Yeah, Anthony's version of the story is I ran away without telling anyone, and then they noticed. I like my version better. Yeah, I think it was just some asshole kids like us, but we were real scared.
You think? Were they like making any noise or was it just?
No, literally, we had the flashlight. I looked and I got hit in the face with the light, and I thought maybe we like reflected off a mirror, but then I saw that it was someone coming out of a room.
Holy fuck!
So we got the fuck out of there, and then there was another guy outside, but that might have just been like security or something.
Oh my god!
But we drove the fuck out. It was like the best.
Did everyone saw the person or no? Oh my god!
I mean, we didn't see what they looked like. We just knew that there was a person there.
A figure.
But yeah, now you go to Penhurst. Like I went with Mike Matei and Aaron Plays a few years ago.
Nice.
And my braveness came back when I was in Penhurst. Because remember, my version of the story, I'm very brave.
Yes, of course.
And when we were there, someone touched my leg, and that scared me. So to make sure there weren't any more scary things, I just ran as fast as I could to the end of the haunted house.
You're so courageous.
I was. And you know, when I came out, I'm like, hey, I made sure there was nothing. I would have came back if I thought it was too scary.
Right, exactly.
I definitely didn't run away.
No, of course not. It was normal.
Very brave.
So brave, Tony. God, I'd love to go to a haunted attraction with you.
When I went with Mint and Riley this October, Pennywise the clown kept following us.
Oh no!
But like he waited in line with us, and then he was in the haunted house with us. But to the point, like we kept getting scared, and then Pennywise would show up, and I was like, "Oh, thank God, it's just Pennywise!" Like because we were so used to him. I don't know why the actor just kept following us.
Oh God, that's terrible. I hate clowns.
So yeah, they go into the house because they're idiots.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Like I understand why they would, because they want to find Josh and make sure that he's okay. But like he's screaming, so he's probably dead. Or he's about to die.
Trisha, full disclosure, if I'm in the woods, I mean, if we're wandering in the woods, something's gone wrong already. But if you ended up in a house and I hear you screaming in the middle of the night, you're gone. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Tony.
I'm sorry. Thoughts and prayers.
Courageous Tony. Addio. Ciao.
Because I was too late to save you. I got to save other people from going.
Right. Okay, good. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. Yep. So courageous. I'm a goner.
No, there's no way anyone would go into that house.
Remind me to never go into the woods with Tony.
Unless you had like a fucking assault rifle. I'm not going into that house.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm gonna be like
what's going on.
Fucking to talk about Scream again. The character Sydney, she's just after 5 movies, she's done with bullshit. Like there's a scene where she's going through the house with a killer, and before she opens any door, she just shoots through the door just to be silly, because it's like she's like, nah, I'm not fucking around here. Bang. Exactly. Okay, he's not in here. Bang, not in here. That's what I would be if I had a gun. I'd be like, bang, bang, bang. Trish, are you in there?
Oh God. At least she would save me. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I might end up shooting you, but whatever. So yeah, Mike goes into the basement and his camera falls. Mm-hmm. It's like, uh-oh.
Now what?
That's not good. And the whole time, Heather's just screaming and screaming. And she decides to go into the basement.
Why? Like, out of all the places in the house to go, you go in the motherfucking basement. There's no exit.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's scary. It's musty. It's probably moldy.
I'm sorry, nah. Not going in. Not going in. But she does go in, and she sees him. She sees Mike in the corner.
Yeah, he's just standing there.
And then someone knocks her out, and the camera
it just
spazzes out.
The end.
So who found the footage?
Huh.
Did they get attacked by a witch in there? Or did the witch see the film camera and be like, property of blah? I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna get fined. Now I'm picturing the toy witch, the tree demon, being like, I'm returning this. I'm a witch.
I don't want them to get fined, but they're dead. The fuck?
I just would like to return this to its. I'm an evil demon witch killer, but I'm not a thief. Here you go.
Exactly, right? Like, I'll kill everyone, but I'm never stealing anything. Oh, Jesus. The Blair Witch.
Well, people aren't going to want to go into the woods and film stuff if they realize they're not going to be able to return their cameras.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah. It's got to keep people wanting to come back.
Exactly.
And people will rent less cameras to students if they're getting killed in the woods and losing those cameras.
Right, exactly. And then, yeah, it's the whole thing. Got to fix that.
So, this ending, what was your initial reaction when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, it was just like, what? What happened? I don't know. Like, I was just really scared in general.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think deep into it, like, oh, who got the footage or anything like that. So that's like a really good question because you're thinking if they're really in the middle of the woods, who the fuck is going to go out there and just find this random house?
I mean, eventually people have to search for them.
True.
And I guess if I'm the park ranger, I'm like, well, they probably ended up at that murder house. Let's go over there.
That makes sense.
I remember being 9, 10, whenever it came out on video and going, what?
Right. You were just like, what happened?
I'm like, this movie sucked. I was like not happy as a kid.
Well, yeah, you're Tony. You're very skeptical anyway. And
But like, I'm also watching like horror movies where like demons are all popping out and stuff. And I'm like, the whole movie, I'm like, they hyped me up for that?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I can see that. But at the same time, like they just left it very open-ended.
I then watched it again in high school.
Yeah.
Video production teacher showed it to us for some reason. And then upon rewatching, I'm like, oh, you know what? No, I'm less. Well, I'm definitely more cynical. But I've refined my film palette. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this more. And then I watched it again in college. I'm like, you know what? When I started doing my own documentary stuff is when I really, really started to appreciate this. And I'm like, this movie's pretty great.
That is.
Yeah, it didn't need a sequel. Didn't need 2 sequels.
No, it didn't. No, not at all. Well, you know, the directors actually have like 4 different alternative endings. Because
are those available? I never watched them.
I'm pretty sure they're available. I haven't seen them, but I know that they have 4 different ones because like the producers were like, this movie ends in such a way that everyone's just going to be like, what the fuck? Like you made me sit here and watch this and we don't even know what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
So they made 4 different alternate endings, like kind of, I forget. I think one of them is like Josh comes back, or I don't know if that's true, but like all different things happen, and then they just went with this one in the end, the original ending, because they're like, why do we have to explain it? You know, just leave it open for interpretation.
It's the opposite of Paranormal Activity. Did you ever see the original ending of that? I think there's 2 endings.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, the one original ending is she like kills the boyfriend.
Right. Okay.
And then the cops come and the demon leaves her and she's confused and then they shoot her.
Right.
I think there was another ending, but from what I remember, apparently Spielberg watched the movie and suggested that she have like a scary face because Spielberg's full of bad ideas these days. So that's why that movie, it's like, all right, you have to give them something. So they're like, here's a scary demon face at the end. And I don't like that part. Paranormal Activity. I'm like, yeah. It's the very end, so who cares? Right. The other one is she kills herself. She walks in and slits her throat, I think. Yes.
I don't remember.
But I like that this did the opposite. It's like, well, let's just
leave
keep it vague.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it vague.
No.
I understand. Like I was annoyed back then. I think me being annoyed was more of a result of the hype around the movie.
True.
And not the movie itself.
Well, you never see like who the actual Blair Witch is, which I think is like why a lot of people were pissed off about it.
I think it's because the movie had such a big promotional push and this viral marketing. Like you were expecting something big.
Like a big,
and then it's like,
scary bundle of sticks.
Yes. The bundle of
I'm here to return this video camera. That's what she does in the end of the movie. The alternate ending is her going to the fucking...
She gets on a broom and is like, ha 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 ha, flying monkeys. Like, this is the most stereotypical one. Yeah, so I appreciate it way more now.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I think it's a great film. Like, looking back, I think what makes it a great horror movie is that you don't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see what the actual thing that you're afraid of. And it kind of makes us think about what scares us and how we would feel in that situation. And I think that the acting was tremendous, honestly, for like such amateur actors.
Mike
they
like
were
freaking out.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, I know some guys who would do that.
Exactly.
Now,
yeah.
Have you seen The Last Broadcast?
No.
You know what? I don't remember if I saw it or not.
Well, we need to watch it.
We should.
Because I love
Was that filmed locally? All right, so The Last Broadcast came out before this.
Yes, 98, right?
Yes, and I think that movie was like famous for actually being like broadcasted into a cinema like digitally. That was like the first one that did that, I think. I forget what it's about.
The Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil, right.
It's like the same thing, but they're looking for the Jersey Devil.
Yes, and they apparently tried to sue the Blair Witch people and then stopped.
Oh, well, actually, I heard that the Blair Witch was done filming in 97. And it took them 2 years.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That happens sometimes. Like we mentioned in our Dread 3D review, everyone says that movie's a ripoff of The Raid. Yeah. And first off, cops caught in a building with bad guys. That's just Die Hard. If we're going to be real technical. But Dread was actually filmed first, but since it had so much visual effects in 3D, it came out afterwards. But everyone's like, this is a ripoff. I'm like, no, it actually, it's
before.
first.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe that's why they backed off. But so a few years back, I was in a hotel room party in LA.
With Macaulay Culkin or
no? A lot of things happened that night. One of the guys at that party was like real weirdo, ended up running for Congress. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So we were there, and this guy, it's like big exec dude. He brought his friend who claimed to have been one of the producers or directors of the last broadcast.
Interesting.
He claimed.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we were talking about it, and he was still bitter about it.
Really?
He was still bitter.
About like the whole Blair Witch copying?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, like we were talking about it, I'm like, man, you're not like over it? Like that was a while ago.
That was like 25 years ago.
That was a while ago. Like I know it sucks, but like, come on, man. And
I guess like no one's heard of the last broadcast. At least I had.
The only time people hear about the last broadcast is when you're talking about the Blair Witch.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
We should watch the last broadcast. We'll make that a Patreon bonus.
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to throw some allegedlys here. I allegedly met someone who alleged to have been the filmmaker behind the last broadcast, and they were very, very bitter about it still.
Allegedly.
Or that was a crazy person who was lying to me. I don't know. There was
I mean, if they're that bitter, I feel like it's true.
I'm not going to lie. There was a lot going on that night.
Welcome to LA.
I've not seen the last broadcast. We like this movie.
Yeah.
Let's finally check in.
Yeah, let's see what they're doing.
Let's see what happened.
Let's see what happened.
To Riley and Mint, our good friends.
Curious.
Riley? Tony? I swear to God, this was the address for the Screenwave offices. Where could they be? I don't understand. Where are they? Riley! Tony! Oh God. I think I see something in there. Oh God, it's not them. Oh no! Fuck!
Well, that ending was kind of a letdown. Whatever. Trisha. Trisha, where can we find you?
Well, you can find
in the
me
woods?
Not in the woods.
Oh,
Tony.
darn.
I'm not going to live in the woods like you. I am on all social media at Trisha's Italy, YouTube. Well, trying to do my YouTube thing, but you know, it's a little hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, your last video was like 10 months ago. You should probably get back on that.
I'm trying to do that, guys. I'm trying to. But I have a website, trishasitaly.com, and Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, so you guys can follow me for Italian lessons and daily Italian culture videos.
And you should go back and watch Cannibal Holocaust.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
Yeah. You should read about it, though.
Maybe.
No, because the director,
I'll research it.
The director, had to be brought in and prove the actors weren't dead because people thought it was real.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, no, they're not dead. It's a movie. Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me find the actors. Oh, God. They're alive. They're alive. I swear.
So funny.
And you can find me in your local state parks looking for porn in the woods.
Collecting porn so that no one watches it. That's
yes, I collect it. I catalog it. I put it in a folder. Again, my last copy that I found was in 2002. It's been a rough couple decades for porn woods collecting.
You need a new career, Tony.
And hey, if you're a creepy pervert, come on, let's continue the legacy. Throw your porn. As long as it's legal porn. I want to put that out there.
Who makes me do this shit?
Also, you can find me on Patreon, patreon.com/hackthemovies. We have some fun stuff on there. Recently, me and you did a Ghostbusters 2016 commentary track.
A wonderful film. Definitely don't recommend it.
What was scarier, the Blair Witch or Ghostbusters?
Fucking Ghostbusters. The fact that you made me watch Ghostbusters was
yeah, Trisha didn't get to be in... Well, you were, but you didn't get to be on the panel for the all-female Ghostbusters episode. Because you're like, I'm leaving the country.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Italy.
Yeah. So to make up for it, we put her on the commentary track and we watched it early one morning.
Yeah.
And it was very miserable.
Wonderful.
It was a miserable experience.
I had coffee. I needed to put like something in that fucking coffee to get through it.
So check us out there. A lot of stuff on Patreon. Download the podcast feed. One day I'll do voicemails again. They're piling up.
Oh, yeah.
I keep forgetting we have a lot of Dr. Harley Quinn voicemails for you.
I love Dr. Harley Quinn. I just want to say hi to him. He's a really good friend.
There you go. There's your Twitter for the week. It's gonna be blown up. Yeah, I will continue voicemails. Hopefully this next month coming up, I'm gonna get back into it. It's just I had to stop, and then everything's been so last minute. But I think I'm back on track. I'm back on track. Let's do it.
It's 2022. We got a new year.
Yes, and yeah. So let us know. Do you like the Blair Witch? Should we do Blair Witch 2?
Oh yeah.
Should we do Blair Witch 26? Oh, but I will
2016. Oh.
What I will recommend, and I streamed it a long time ago, the Blair Witch game that came out.
I really want to play this shit. Did you play it?
Yeah, I just said I streamed it.
Oh yeah, obviously you just said that. No,
I have it on my PC. If you would like to play it, we could play it.
I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten today, so I need to get food. My brain's not working.
Yes, the game, I don't know. I don't remember it having too much to do with the movie, and there are like stick demons in it.
Yeah. Well, I was watching an interview with the director of the Blair Witch, and he said that the video game is very similar to the movie, whereas like when you see the stick figures of the Blair Witch, that means that you're gonna die. Yeah. Like there's no way out. I don't know. That's what he said.
He's lying, but it is a very good game. You have a dog.
Yeah.
It's you and your dog lost in the woods being hunted by stick demons.
I thought you meant I have a dog. Like, yeah, I have a dog, Tony. Yeah, what does that have to do with it?
No, in the game you have a dog. You have a cute dog that's going around with you. And I think you're looking for like your brother or something.
Why do I have a dog in the middle of the woods? The poor dog's gonna die. I think
at one point you do find it dead. But yeah, it's like you gotta like actually there's like the whole thing like you have to be nice to the dog and pet him occasionally so he's on your side. No, it's a fun game. You ever played like Outlast or Layers of Fear? It's similar to those games. But yeah, I actually kind of want to play it again.
Can we do like a VR version?
I don't have a VR. I don't think it was a VR game.
It should be.
I didn't make the goddamn game. I'm sorry. But yes, maybe I'll fire up Twitch again. It's been a long time since I did Twitch, but we are premiering during the daytime now.
Nice.
So I have Monday and Thursday nights again.
Yeah,
thank God.
There you go.
Thank God.
You can play video games so that
unless at this recording we've only done one daytime premiere, unless they're doing very bad, in which case, oh God damn it, I don't have Mondays and Thursdays. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
All right, goodbye everyone.
Ciao.
I have so many things I want to talk about. I'm like gonna get off track here.
This is the case of a game that was far more popular in Japan than it was in the United States.
They never went to Mordor. What are you talking about?
This is kind of weird.
But there's real detail. There's like wiring underneath.
You know, they're one and done. That's it. Sold out. So they're super hard to come by.
You heard him, guys. Bring it back. Here we go again. Round two.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.